Hey everyone, welcome back to Mr. Storyteller, where we plunge into the hidden depths of iconic characters and uncover truths that'll make you question everything you thought you knew. If you're obsessed with the Harry Potter universe like I am, you've probably rooted for Ron Weasley as the loyal, funny sidekick to the boy who lived. But what if I told you that beneath that ginger hair and those freckles lies a side so shadowy, it could rival the dark arts themselves? Today, we're switching gears from Harry and diving into the top 5 darkest secrets about Ron Weasley that Hogwarts and even his best mates might not want you to know. These secrets blend canon lore with mind-bending fan theories that'll have you re-watching the movies and rereading the books with fresh suspicion. Stick around to the end because number 1 is a bombshell that could rewrite the entire series in your mind. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and let's unravel the mysteries of the Weasley who's more complex than a game of wizard's chess. But fair warning, once we expose these, Ron might never look the same again. Secret 5. Ron's rude and hurtful behavior that borders on emotional cruelty. Starting our countdown at number 5, we uncover a side of Ron that's far from the comic relief he's often painted as. His downright rude and hurtful tendencies that leave emotional scars on those closest to him. Behaviors that echo the psychological tactics of darker wizards and make you wonder if there's a mean streak running deeper than just teenage angst. Picture this. From the very beginning in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Ron mocks Hermione Granger, calling her a nightmare with no friends right to her face after she corrects his levitation charm, shrugging it off when Harry points out she's crying, showing a callous indifference that sets the tone for years of belittling. Fast forward to Prisoner of Azkaban, where he ignores Hermione for months over her reporting his firebolt broom as suspicious, prioritizing a gift over their friendship, or in Goblet of Fire, when he treats her like a last resort for the Yule Ball, only asking after being rejected by others and then accusing her of betraying Harry by going with Victor Krum, yelling that she's fraternizing with the enemy, despite her unwavering loyalty. It doesn't stop there. During the Horcrux hunt in Deathly Hallows, he criticizes her cooking skills harshly while they're all starving and on the run. And let's not forget his public snogging sessions with Lavender Brown in Half-Blood Prince, deliberately to make Hermione jealous after seeing her bond with Krum, rubbing salt in her wounds by parading his rebound right under her nose. He even extends this rudeness beyond Hermione, making fun of ghosts like Moaning Myrtle and Nearly Headless Nick for being dead, or barking at younger students to snag the best chairs in the common room. Behaviors that align eerily with how Death Eaters like Bellatrix Lestrange weaken their victims with insults before unleashing curses, using words to amplify insecurities and break spirits. This secret's darkness lies in how Ron's barbs often target vulnerabilities: Hermione's loneliness, Harry's fame, his own family's poverty, revealing a pattern of lashing out that could stem from his own pain, but crosses into cruelty, never fully addressed at Hogwarts because it's dismissed as boys being boys. But it forces us to ask, is this just immaturity, or the seeds of something more sinister bubbling under that loyal facade? Fans have dissected this in online communities, pointing out how it mirrors real emotional abuse hidden in plain sight. Drop a comment if you've ever cringed at Ron's jabs. What's the worst one for you? Secret 4. Ron's violent tendencies and quick temper. That hint at uncontrolled rage creeping up to number 4. Things get physical as we expose Ron's violent impulses and hair-trigger temper, a dark undercurrent that sees him restrained by friends more times than you'd expect from the good guy Gryffindor, raising questions about what might happen if that rage ever fully unleashed without Harry or Hermione to hold him back. From his first year in Sorcerer's Stone, Ron dives into a brawl with Draco Malfoy, Crabbe, and Goyle after they mock his family's poverty, fists flying in a display of raw aggression fueled by deep-seated shame over the Weasleys' hand-me-down life. This pattern repeats. In Chamber of Secrets, he nearly hexes Malfoy for calling Hermione a mudblood, only stopped by a backfiring wand that turns him into a slug-vomiting mess instead. And throughout the series, he's held back from attacking Malfoy multiple times for insults about his poor Quidditch skills or second-hand robes, his face turning purple with fury as Harry and others physically intervene. Even in Order of the Phoenix, after being attacked by those eerie brains in the Department of Mysteries, tentacles wrapping around him, leaving scars and possibly lingering mental effects, Ron's volatility amps up, snapping at everyone during recovery, and by Deathly Hallows under the Locket Horcrux's influence, he storms out after a heated argument, his jealousy boiling over into near-violent accusations against Harry and Hermione. But it's not just words. Remember how he suggests outright murder during the Horcrux hunt, proposing they kill the goblin Griphook after using him, a cold pragmatism that shocks even in wartime. This secret whispers of a darker potential, where Ron's insecurities about being overshadowed by his brothers Bill the Cursebreaker, Charlie the Dragon Tamer, Percy the Prefect, Fred and George the Pranksters, and Ginny the Popular One, fuel a resentment that manifests in physical outbursts, traits that could make him a prime recruit for darker forces seeking angry, overlooked purebloods. Hogwarts glosses over it with detentions or house points, but in the real wizarding world, unchecked violence like this echoes the brutality of Death Eaters, leaving us to ponder if Ron's temper is just youthful fire or a gateway to something truly malevolent. Online discussions highlight how this aligns with dark wizard profiles, making it all the more chilling. If this has you rethinking Ron's fights, like and share your thoughts below. Mysterious chime sound. Secret 3. Ron's deep insecurities and jealousy that lead to betrayals and dark thoughts. Now intensifying the mystery at number 3, we delve into Ron's crippling insecurities and corrosive jealousy, shadows that not only fracture his friendships, but expose a vulnerability ripe for exploitation by darker influences, turning the loyal Weasley into a momentary traitor whose inner demons could have doomed the entire fight against Voldemort. Growing up as the sixth son in a boisterous family, Ron constantly feels eclipsed. Bill's cool job at Gringotts, Charlie's Quidditch captaincy and dragon handling, Percy's academic perfection with 12 OWLs, the twins' legendary pranks, and even Ginny's charm leaving him as the forgotten one, compounded by their poverty with hand-me-down robes and a second-hand wand that amplify his sense of inadequacy. This boils over with Harry, his best mate. In Goblet of Fire, Ron accuses Harry of entering the Triwizard Tournament for glory without him, abandoning their friendship for weeks, seething with envy over Harry's fame and vault full of gold, while Ron scrapes by. It escalates in Deathly Hallows when the Slytherin Locket Horcrux preys on his fears, manifesting visions of Harry and Hermione together, mocking Ron's worthlessness. Least loved by the mother who craved a daughter, least loved by the girl who prefers your friend, driving him to desert the Horcrux hunt in a storm of rage, leaving Harry and Hermione vulnerable in the wilderness. Even his mirror of Erised reflection shows him as head boy and Quidditch captain, holding the house cup, revealing a desperate craving for recognition that overrides loyalty. This secret's true horror is how these insecurities could flip Ron's allegiances. His pureblood heritage and proximity to power make him a tempting target for Voldemort's promises of status, and fans speculate his jealousy mirrors the resentments that drew others to the dark side, potentially leading to catastrophic betrayals if not for his eventual returns. Never taught at Hogwarts because it would highlight how even Gryffindors harbor Slytherin-like ambitions. This forces us to question if Ron's redemptions are genuine or just luck, with the Locket unveiling thoughts darker than any curse. Blog posts and forums buzz with how this dark side stems from family dynamics, adding layers of tragedy. Pause if you need to process. What's your view on Ron's jealousy moments? Secret 2. The chilling theory. That Ron used the Imperius curse on Hermione, diving into even murkier waters at number 2. We explore a fan theory so twisted it could shatter the Ron-Hermione romance forever. The idea that Ron wielded the unforgivable Imperius curse on Hermione to manipulate her affections, turning what seems like a rocky but real love story into a nightmare of mind control and hidden coercion, stemming largely from the movie's portrayals, where Ron's treatment of Hermione veers into outright meanness, mocking her in class, ignoring her for petty reasons, and parading Lavender Brown to provoke jealousy, yet she inexplicably falls for him by half-blood prince. Theorists argue this shift screams magical interference. Key evidence? Ron's proficient use of Imperius on the Goblin Bogrod in Deathly Hallows Part 2, effortlessly controlling him during the Gringotts heist, implying prior practice since spells like levitation require repetition, as shown in early films. The theory posits Ron, jealous of Hermione's subtle chemistry with Harry, amplified in movie scenes like their dance in the tent, began dosing short bursts of Imperius around Order of the Phoenix, grooming her by lowering defenses. Remember him forcing her to relay messages in Goblet of Fire, or his controlling outbursts at the Yule Ball. Motive ties to his insecurities revealed in the Locket visions, fearing she'd choose Harry, and his darker suggestions like murder during the hunt hint at a willingness to cross ethical lines. In canon, Ron admits to confunding a Muggle driving examiner to pass his test, showing he's no stranger to mind-altering spells on innocents, but the theory escalates this to Imperius on his future wife, explaining her sudden devotion despite years of bickering. Counter-arguments abound. Timelines don't align with her choosing Crumb freely. The curse's obvious effects, like Bogrud's days, would alert sharp Hermione, and books depict a natural progression of feelings amid teenage drama. Still, Ron's guilty expression in the epilogue's final scene fuels speculation of lingering remorse. This secret's mystery lies in blurring love and manipulation, echoing the horrors of love potions but with an unforgivable twist, hidden from Hogwarts lore to avoid tainting happily ever afters. Reddit threads dissect this as a film versus book divide, but it's haunting nonetheless. If this theory creeps you out, thumbs up and comment your verdict. Is it possible? Secret 1. The explosive fan theory that Ron was a secret Death Eater. Spy and claiming the top spot as the darkest secret of all. Prepare for a revelation that could implode the Golden Trio. The wild yet intriguing fan theory that Ron Weasley was secretly a Death Eater, spying for Voldemort while posing as Harry's steadfast friend. A double-agent twist that makes Snape look straightforward and exposes layers of betrayal hidden in plain sight. The theory starts with Ron's quick befriending of Harry on the Hogwarts Express, probing about his scar like he's gathering intel, and escalates with his pet rat Scabbers being Peter Pettigrew, Voldemort's servant. Was Ron's shock faked to keep tabs? His mimicking Parseltongue in Deathly Hallows to open the chamber smells suspicious, a dark talent tied to Voldemort. With pureblood status, poverty-driven ambition, and chessmaster strategy, Ron's an ideal recruit, potentially leaking Horcrux details or sabotaging missions. His jealousy provides motive, and abandonments in Goblet and Deathly Hallows could be calculated reports back. But the theory falters. Ron had chances to harm Harry but always returned loyally, with no hints of duplicity like Snape's, making it fun speculation over fact. Still, as a spy, he'd be devastating, questioning if his heroism was real or cover. Articles debate this bizarre idea, calling it a thrilling what if. Mind officially blown? Comment your favorite secret, hit like if you want more Potter deep dives, subscribe for the shadows we uncover next, and share with your fellow witches and wizards. Until then, keep your wands ready. Who knows what else is lurking?